We got it going now. Step right up. We got some hot poetry happening here. It's not a poetry reading. It's a pLopLop fest. That's right. There's major ploppage going down here tonight. It's going to be the good stuff. It's going to be the chronic. It's going to be tight. It's going to be the bomb. It's going to be the shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's going to be Flea, I think, from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is going to stop by later. So you want to come in here. I'm talking Flea is going to be here. My man Flea, this crew doing this thing with the bass thing. But this is what's been happening here. We're doing these things. This Plop Fest. It's beyond poetry reading. Although there is some poetry involved, I must admit. I would have to say that.
This one is called Why I Don't Hang Around with Poets Anymore. They always skip town owing me money, run up huge phone bills under my name, or else borrow my car and never bring it back. Poets drink too much and lead me into misbegotten ways. I tell more lies. I stop calling my mother, except to hit her up for cash. My cats can always tell when I've been hanging around with poets. The cat food goes down in quality, and I start trying to pass off ordinary tap water as milk. Poets do not cross their T's. Poets do not wash their socks. Poets do not pay bills or get promotions. They don't ever wake up on the right side of the bed, and they have morning breath all day long. Poets drink to get drunk, and then they skip on the bill, try to go back to the same bar the next night wearing a different pair of glasses. Poets don't make good friends, and their eyes always look away from me, looking for something to write me down with, and their hands are slippery with ink.
Just like that, sometimes it happens. Sparks under your belly, and your imagination gets out of hand in your mind's eye. You try to picture what's under her dress. A blonde, a brunette, or maybe a redhead. Christ, yeah, you know how to do it. Next thing, you're in bed trying to unhook a bra. There's a hand down the front of your pants, the thud of dropping beers on the carpet, and the world disappears for a while. Then you're talking to a judge or a JP, and a new landlord or realtor with that special smile. A job comes along that you can live with, you think. You learn to be careful how much you drink. Then a squalling brat or maybe an ex-lover comes to lie like a ghost between you. And you don't like each other's friends. Every day you start looking older in the mirror. You wonder how it all ends. Well, you die, or she does. Or a deputy knocks on your door, envelope in hand, a letter from the court telling you politely, get the fuck out. Or you make amends, watch each other get even older. Sooner or later, you end up looking at a grave or at the sky or somewhere, asking what it all means. The grave and the sky have nothing to say. But we have history, institutions, and bodies of knowledge and lore to tell you with some nice metaphor how you're just human, that your heart leads you to these things.
Sew me, my mouth, up with thick black thread, the kind grandmother used to use to mend a coiled rag rug. Draw it up tight, so tight it cuts into your fingers, bloodless gashes. Then pretend I wasn't here. Is poetry mainly to entertain, or should it say something about the human condition? I start, but cannot ask, for your work is done.
You're putting books on a shelf. I remember things being so unforgettable. You're foxy, and I want you. I want to see you tomorrow. I want you to go because you must. I want to talk about our ears until they fall off. When that happens, as it always does, pick them up by the lobes, shake off the dirt and the wax and the dust, and reattached to head by Walkman phones. Then crank it up and sing along. Okay, I wonder if now I can get people to put their hands in here. No. There we go. We got some people there.
The other night, whistling myself to sleep, I having bad visions of smoking too much. And I remembered a commercial used to be on. I don't know if you remember the one that they released right after Yul Brynner died. He used to, of course, telling everybody not to smoke, which he wouldn't have listened to before. But it's called Bad Omen. Watching Yul be on TV, flexing his big muscles, flexing his big tumors, talking about cancer. I stub one out, light another. Wonder if it's a bad omen, my being bald.
This is probably a song, but I don't know how to write music or anything. And let's see, here it is anyway. It's called White Elephant. I found my baby on the 10-cent table at the Easter church bazaar, and I thought, I could sew the buttons back on this sorry excuse for a man. And I thought, if I stitched up those seams, he'd be damn presentable. And I thought, if the sun doesn't hit him direct, you can't even see those threadbare patches. But my baby, he wasn't no bargain. You should see him soak up the beer. And all those long-distance phone calls to his mama on my phone bill just make me tired. Mama doesn't charge $1.99 a minute where I come from. And Mama doesn't put up with this kind of shit from no one. So I left my baby on the 10-cent table at the Easter church bazaar. Some poor fool's gonna get more than she bargained for.
This is called Gauge. On your list of priorities, I'm somewhere in between toenails and algebra.
I went to see a World Cup preliminary soccer match between the U.S. and Honduras. And, you know, I've seen some rabid football fans, but no. When those, you get the bloodlines of the Maya, of course, killed everybody when they lost. They take sports really serious. 1967, El Salvador beat Honduras. That was Honduras beat El Salvador in El Salvador. And El Salvador invaded Honduras the very next day. War. It was unbelievable for about 10 days. Yeah, and you just don't want to mess with them. But here's a tragic story. All right, to the victors go the spoils. Mundo and I went to the soccer match between USA and Honduras. Someone in our barrio had a brother who guarded a gate, and 30 of us walked right in, gratis, which helped explain 70,000 people in a 32,000 capacity stadium. 5 minutes into the soccer game, USA scored, and suddenly hundreds of cups rainbowed into me, spattering my head and back with liquid. Cerveza? I asked Mundo. He grimly nodded no. Orines. No living thing on the planet was happier than I when the USA lost.